Every summer, one of the most powerful private gatherings on the planet quietly comes together billionaires. Hall of Fame athletes, Grammy winners, Hollywood A-listers, fashion moguls, and tech investors, all in one place, all dressed in white, all sealed behind locked gates and private security where the public sees nothing. And every year, when the carefully filtered photos finally leak online, millions of people react the same way. There's no way that's the whole story. So today we're exposing what actually happens inside Michael Rubin's all-white party, the viral moments, the billion-dollar networking, the Illuminati theories, the Drake drama, the conspiracy theories the internet can't stop spreading, and everything nobody's ever fully explained about that $50 million Hamptons mansion on the 4th of July. Behind the holiday party image is a web of relationships, influence, and raw power most people don't even know exists. And the truth here is far more complex than anything you've seen on TikTok. Born July 21st, 1972, in Lafayette Hill, Pennsylvania, a suburb outside Philadelphia, Michael Gary Rubin would grow into one of the most socially connected billionaires in American entertainment history, and his rise is genuinely one of the wildest self-made stories out there. At 8, he was already hustling, running a door-to-door seed business and printing his own flyers on an old Apple computer to sell house to house. By 12, he'd built a ski tuning shop in his parents' basement. By 14, he opened a real ski store using his bar mitzvah savings. Then, at 16, in the middle of a 98-degree August heat wave, he built a 142-foot ski ramp out of 45,000 pounds of ice just so customers could test gear. He told a local paper there were two kinds of business people, the risky and the rational, and he was the risky one. He briefly attended Villanova before dropping out almost immediately to keep building, founded KPR Sports in 1993, and scaled it to $50 million in sales within 2 years. In 1998, he launched what became GSI Commerce, powering online retail for over 150 of America's top 500 internet retailers until eBay acquired the company in 2011 for close to $2.4 billion. That $4 billion eBay deal came with a twist. Rubin paid $500 million of his own money to buy back 3 assets eBay didn't even want: Fanatics, Rulala, and ShopRunner. That single bet became one of the smartest moves in modern business history, since Fanatics alone would later be valued by private investors at $31 billion. At 25, he was already one of the youngest CEOs ever to run a NASDAQ-listed company. He acquired Dreams Inc. for $183 million in 2012, expanded internationally in 2016, and locked in exclusive licensing deals with the NFL, NBA, MLB, and NHL, eventually partnering with over 900 leagues and more than 5,000 athletes and celebrities. Today, Fanatics generates roughly $13 billion a year, and Rubin's own net worth sits near $10.6 billion. But the numbers only explain half the story. What truly made him culturally dominant was who he built that empire alongside. In 2011, he bought into the Philadelphia 76ers with a group that included Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, then picked up a stake in the New Jersey Devils. Sports pulled him into entertainment. Entertainment pulled him into music and fashion. In 2019, he co-founded the Reform Alliance with Jay-Z, Meek Mill, and Patriots owner Robert Kraft, a justice reform group that has since passed legislation in multiple states. A Philadelphia billionaire, hip-hop royalty, a rapper who fought his own way out of the system, and an NFL owner. That coalition has almost no precedent in American life. And the rare trust behind it later became the foundation of the all-white party. So how did this whole thing actually start? The all-white party wasn't always this massive spectacle. It began as a smaller, more private 4th of July gathering at Rubin's estate in the Hamptons. That stretch of beachfront communities on the eastern end of Long Island where $50 million oceanfront homes are just normal real estate for America's ultra-wealthy. His Bridgehampton property is a glass-walled 4-story mansion sitting on 2 oceanfront acres, with the Atlantic practically serving as his backyard. The all-white dress code became traditionally a clean, unified look that gave the event an instantly recognizable identity, making every photo feel like it came from a different universe entirely than anything else happening that weekend. By 2024, on its 4th annual run, Rubin's fiancée, model Camille Fishel, downplayed it to the New York Times as just close friends catching up. Except those close friends included Jay-Z, Beyoncé, Drake, Tom Brady, Kim Kardashian, and Leonardo DiCaprio, which makes it less of a get-together and more of a geopolitical event with a dress code. The logistics alone are staggering. Patio decks, beachside tents, and glass-enclosed rooftops, with catering pulled from some of New York's finest restaurants, Wagyu hand rolls, tomato salads, gourmet pizza, and legendary meatballs at the station. Guests reportedly got overnight vitamin drips from an on-site technician, private mass access, and bagels handed out at the door as people stumbled home at sunrise. Since the party famously runs until 6 a.m., the after-party alone takes over a separate space set up on the tennis courts. And in 2024, every guest who RSVP'd walked away with a personalized pair of white Air Jordan 1 lows, a Nike X Travis Scott collaboration, with a personal note and their name inside the box. Not a gift card, not a tote bag. A custom pair of sneakers with your name on it. Custom sneakers with your name on it. Now let's talk about the guest list, because this is where the party separates itself from everything else on the planet. The only real currency that gets you through those gates is a genuine personal relationship with Michael Rubin. Jay-Z and Beyoncé are regulars. Drake attends. Tom Brady has been a fixture since 2021. Kim Kardashian and her sisters show up, and Leonardo DiCaprio makes appearances. Travis Scott became so embedded, he's been the unofficial MC of the after-party since 2024. The list runs deep. James Harden, Meek Mill, DJ Khaled, Lil Baby, Quavo, Machine Gun Kelly, Emily Ratajkowski, Megan Fox, Jake Paul, Rob Gronkowski, Odell Beckham Jr., and Damar Hamlin. In 2023, soccer star Kylian Mbappé was photographed grinning next to Tom Brady, two icons from different sports and countries, casually posted up at a Hamptons pool party, and the internet had no idea what to do with it. That same year, Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez attended while still married, while Usher performed and Travis Scott and Jack Harlow traded turns on the decks. In 2025, Roman Reigns, Ivanka Trump, and Cardi B all showed up. The 2026 edition brought Karl Anthony Towns, Draymond Green, Mike Tyson, and NHL's Hughes brothers, and Rubin reportedly shifted the date to avoid clashing with Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's rumored wedding. Then come the photos, the part everyone's really here for. Every July, hundreds of images flood Instagram, TikTok, and X at once. And not all are the polished, publicist-approved kind. Some are gloriously, chaotically candid, and those are the ones that break the internet, cramming 400 recognizable faces into one space, stripping away the red carpet, adding open bars and music until sunrise, makes unscripted moments inevitable. These are moments no PR team could ever manufacture glimpses of real people being embarrassing, funny, and genuinely human underneath the polished celebrity mask. And the internet never lets them fade quietly. Some of the biggest viral moments in celebrity culture over recent years came straight out of this party, and we're not talking one or two funny photos. This is a recurring annual explosion of content. Take the Lil Baby hug. In 2023, a photo of Michael Rubin hugging Lil Baby from behind became one of the most memed images in hip-hop internet culture for weeks straight. Completely innocent, just two friends at a party, but the angle was genuinely awkward enough that screenshots spread everywhere and comment sections went feral, all from one unguarded moment at a pool party. Then there was Tom Brady, publicly roasted in person by the people he actually knows. Every year he shows up and becomes a main character. In 2024, he kicked off the pre-party festivities with a full beach football game against current NFL stars Damar Hamlin and CJ Stroud, with Travis Scott and Quavo jumping in on the fun. Brady and Stroud captained opposing teams, and Brady's side lost, meaning the greatest quarterback of all time got cooked on the sand before the party even started. Inside, he was photographed in group shots with Rob Gronkowski, Quavo, and comedian DC Young Fly, all draped in chains and white outfits. Machine Gun Kelly even commented on the post, joking there was no chance Rubin had woken up early enough to post the recap himself, implying the party had gone so hard nobody had actually slept. That single comment says everything about the energy inside that mansion. In 2023, the crossover moments alone broke the internet. Soccer star Kylian Mbappe, then the most valuable footballer on the planet, was photographed grinning next to Tom Brady in an open silk shirt, two of the world's biggest athletes from completely different sports and countries, casually posted up at a 4th of July party in the Hamptons. That same year, Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez attended together. Still married, and photos of them in matching whites circulated everywhere, while Usher performed and Travis Scott and Jack Harlow traded turns on the decks. In 2024, Drake attended despite his very public feud with Kendrick Lamar, and reports surfaced that DJs were told not to play Kendrick's diss track, which had dominated that entire summer. Rubin later explained he simply asked that no one's music be played if it involved feuds between guests in the room. Since Drake was a longtime friend, he wasn't going to invite and then embarrass. A DJ's playlist at a private holiday party somehow became national news. That's the cultural weight this event carries. Then there was the Donovan Mitchell-Tobey Maguire crossover nobody saw coming. The NBA star, nicknamed Spider, came face-to-face with the original Spider-Man himself, sending Twitter into a spiral of jokes. But Maguire became the center of a more serious story when he was photographed leaving with his arm around a 20-year-old model, sparking dating rumors and backlash over the age gap until his ex-wife, Jennifer Meyer, publicly clarified he was simply helping a friend to her car. Still, for 48 hours, that single photo was one of the top trending entertainment stories in the country. And then there's Bethany Frankel, who went on TikTok to loudly call out not getting an invite, mocking the white party as pure fronting and flexing dressed up as a gala. Her exclusion became its own media cycle. People reportedly offered up to $5 million for an RSVP and were still turned away flat. This is where the story goes deeper than glamour and gossip, because that level of exclusivity, the kind money literally cannot buy, is exactly what fuels the conspiracy theories. Over the past several years, the ecosystem of speculation around Rubin's all-white party has exploded across TikTok, Reddit, YouTube, and X. The most viral and persistent theory is the Illuminati comparison, gaining traction almost the moment the party became an annual fixture and only accelerating since. The logic goes like this: an invitation-only gathering of the most powerful people across entertainment, sports, music, finance, and fashion. Heavy private security, restrictions on photography, identical clothing, an event that runs all night with zero public visibility, and a host with deep personal ties across hip-hop, Hollywood, sports, politics, and corporate America all at once. To conspiracy communities, that combination maps almost perfectly onto how secret elite gatherings have always been imagined, and the all-white dress code sends that corner of the internet into overdrive every single year, with comment sections flooded by secret society comparisons and symbolic ceremony theories. To be clear, there's zero verified evidence the party is anything other than what it claims to be. Rubin, Fischel, and guests have consistently described it as a genuine celebration among real friends. But the internet's obsession with it reveals something real about how we process extreme concentrations of private wealth. When that much fame and power disappears behind locked gates and re-emerges 12 hours later looking blissfully unbothered, people's imaginations fill in the blanks, and those blanks have fueled years of speculation. Here's why the white dress code specifically hits different in conspiracy culture. When everyone at an event wears identical clothing, it creates a visual uniformity that historically evokes religious ceremonies, fraternal orders, and elite private clubs, whether that's intentional or not. It's real in how people process the imagery. Practically, Rubin and Fischel have always framed it as a stylish tradition. White photographs beautifully, creates cohesion across 400 guests, and still leaves room for personal flair. Since Megan Thee Stallion's white look and Tom Brady's white look are worlds apart even in the same color. But to conspiracy communities, that uniformity reads as an intentional signal of collective identity, and that reading has become inseparable from how the event gets discussed online. The second major theory is networking and deal-making, and this one is rooted in something real. Reporters have noted the party functions as one of the most efficient informal networking environments in any industry. Every power broker across music, film, sports, fashion, tech, and finance in one place for 12 hours with zero formal agenda, just conversation. The theory holds that album deals, endorsements, and investment rounds regularly get born in those beachside tents, which is less conspiracy and more logical observation, given who's in the room. But here's where it gets real. The theory that follows Rubin himself, framing him online as a handler or connector operating far beyond ordinary networking. This exploded after the Diddy scandal in late 2024, when TikTok creators drew comparisons between Rubin's sprawling celebrity network and Diddy's documented history of using private gatherings as leverage. To be crystal clear, this is pure internet speculation. Nothing alleged, investigated, or substantiated against Rubin. Still, the wave of content pushed his name into true crime-adjacent spaces, with some claiming the party would be canceled. Instead, 2025 and 2026 both happened bigger than ever. The question the internet keeps circling back to is genuinely interesting. How does one person maintain authentic close friendships with Lil Baby, Tom Brady, Drake, Leonardo DiCaprio, Jay-Z, Robert Kraft, and Kim Kardashian all at once? Most powerful people stay in one lane: music, sports, Hollywood, or business, but Rubin has operated in all of them simultaneously for decades. The mainstream explanation is that he's an extraordinarily charismatic businessman who built genuine trust through real work over 30-plus years. And that's probably right. But the internet always prefers the dramatic version, and as long as those gates stay closed, that version keeps spreading every year. The security apparatus itself is a constant source of speculation. Private teams, multiple access control layers, verified invitations, restricted media, controlled arrival windows. Rationally, when Jay-Z, Beyoncé, Tom Brady, Drake, Kim Kardashian, and Leonardo DiCaprio are all in one place for hours, security isn't optional, it's an operational necessity, given the sheer liability of that many high-profile guests under one roof. But the internet doesn't process security rationally. It processes it as concealment, and every layer of controlled access fuels a fresh wave of speculation about what's being hidden from public view. The media coverage itself has become its own phenomenon. TMZ, People, Esquire, paparazzi agencies, and creators across every platform now treat the white party the way they treat the Met Gala or an Oscars after-party. Guest list speculation starts weeks out. Outfit analysis begins the moment invites reportedly drop, and after the party ends, the content cycle runs for a solid week. Photo breakdowns, meme compilations, relationship rumors, fashion rankings, and endless confident hot takes from people nowhere near Hampton. That level of attention around what's technically a private holiday party says everything about the cultural institution Rubin has quietly built. What his all-white party represents in 2026 is something American culture has genuinely never had before, in quite this form. Not the Oscars, not the Met Gala, not a music festival, not a business conference. It's something entirely its own, a private annual gathering where the real relationships driving entertainment, sports, music, and culture in America get built completely outside the publicist-managed, PR-approved appearances that define every other public moment for the people who attend. Nobody's performing for cameras here the way they do everywhere else. Some are genuinely themselves in a way that almost never gets documented, and that rare, accidental authenticity is exactly what makes the leaks so explosive. Seeing Drake, Lil Baby, or Tom Brady in a moment never meant for public consumption is genuinely rare. And the internet always responds with maximum intensity. So what happens next? Rubin will almost certainly throw the party again. The list will keep growing. The viral moments will keep coming, while millions who'll never get an invite spend hours dissecting photos from inside that $50 million mansion. The truth is probably somewhere between the boring version and the dramatic one, like it usually is, but the fact that we keep asking says something. One of the most American things imaginable is a billionaire throwing a party so exclusive that people who could buy entire countries still can't get in. The other is the rest of us outside that gate, unable to look away. So what's really happening behind those doors? The world's most expensive cookout or something deeper? Say it in the comments. I read everyone, and hit follow if this is your thing, because we're just getting started.